You're pushing yourself up from the couch, and your hands reach for the armrest before your legs even think about it. You pause at the bottom of the stairs, gripping the rail tighter than you used to, not because you're out of breath, but because something feels a little less certain. The groceries you used to carry in one trip now feel like they're pulling you forward. And here's the strangest part. You walk every day. Every single day. So why does your body feel like it's quietly getting weaker? You've heard it 100 times. Walking is the best exercise for seniors. And it is good for you. Genuinely good. It protects your heart, lifts your mood, keeps your circulation moving. But there's a part of that story nobody tells you. Walking alone is not enough to keep you strong. Not even close. And I'm not talking about fitness. I'm talking about something that matters a lot more than fitness. I'm talking about your independence. Think about what staying strong actually means after 60. It doesn't mean lifting weights in a gym or running races. It means standing up from a chair without grabbing the armrest. It means taking the stairs without holding your breath, catching yourself when you stumble on a curb, carrying a bag of groceries into the kitchen without stopping to rest. Those tiny actions, the ones you repeat dozens of times a day without thinking, are the real scoreboard of your freedom. And there's a quiet process happening inside your body right now that is slowly taking those actions away from you. A process that most people have never even heard of. Most doctors won't tell you this part, not because it's secret, but because it happens so gradually that it's easy to write off as normal aging. What's happening has a name. It's called sarcopenia. Sarcopenia. And it means the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. Here's the timeline nobody walks you through. Around age 30, your body begins losing muscle. Slowly at first. Somewhere between 3 and 8% per decade. But after 60, it shifts into a higher gear. In your 60s and 70s, the loss can reach 1 to 2% of your muscle every single year. And this is where it gets cruel. Your strength erodes even faster than your muscle size. So a person can lose just a little muscle and lose a lot of strength with it. Let me give you an image. Muscle loss is like a thief who steals a little every year. A few coins at a time, so quietly you never notice, until one day, you open the safe, and most of it is gone. You don't lose your abilities all at once. You lose them one armrest at a time, one handrail at a time, one hesitation at the curb at a time, and each time you adapt, I'll just hold the rail, I'll just use the armrest, I'll just take the elevator. You're not solving the problem, you're training yourself around it. You're shrinking your world, one small accommodation at a time, and your body is following your lead. Every muscle you stop using sends a signal back to your brain. We don't need this anymore. And your brain listens. Here's what makes this feel so unfair. You're doing what you were told. You're walking. You're staying active. And yet the weakness is still there, creeping in through the back door. You might even have started blaming yourself. Telling yourself this is just what 60 or 70 means, that you should accept it. Let me stop you right there, because this is the single most important thing you'll hear today. What you're feeling is not laziness, and it is not simply old age. It is a biological process, measurable, predictable, and in your control. And the reason your walking hasn't stopped it is not a failure of willpower, it's a failure of strategy. You've been using the right tool for the wrong job. Here's the surprising truth. The piece that changes everything. Walking doesn't train your legs the way you think it does. Walking is an endurance activity. It moves your muscles lightly, smoothly, over and over, for a long stretch of time. Think of it like a long, gentle cruise in your car. Steady speed, low revs, easy on the engine. It's wonderful for your heart, your lungs, your blood pressure. But here's the part that surprises most people. It never asks your legs to do anything hard. Inside every muscle in your body, you have two very different types of fibers. I want you to picture two engines. The first engine is built for distance. It's slow, tireless, fuel efficient. That's the engine your morning walk uses. The second engine is built for power. It's the one that fires when you push yourself up from a low chair, when you hurry to catch the elevator, when your foot catches the edge of a rug and your body has a split second to recover. Scientists call these fast twitch fibers, type 2 fibers, and they are the muscle that keeps an older person independent. And here's the cruel irony of aging. The engine you need most is the one aging destroys first. After about age 50, those fast twitch fibers begin to shrink and disappear at roughly 1 to 2% per year, faster than any other tissue in your body. Your power, your ability to produce force quickly, declines about twice as fast as your muscle size, and about 3 times faster than your overall strength. That's why you can walk every day and still catch yourself hesitating at the curb. That's why the stairs feel heavier, even though your heart is fine. You're not weak because you stopped moving. You're weak because the movement you chose never challenged the engine that keeps you independent. You can't outwalk this problem. You can't outwalk it because walking is asking the wrong engine to do the job. So what actually challenges that second engine? One word: resistance. Muscle keeps its strength only when you ask it to produce force against something. Gravity, weight, your own body mass. And here is where the answer gets almost laughably simple. The best strength exercise for a person over 60 is not a machine at a gym. It's not a class with complicated choreography. It's a movement you've been doing your entire life, thousands of times, so familiar your body knows it by heart. Standing up from a chair and sitting back down. The chair squat. Here's why this single movement is so powerful. When you lower yourself into a chair slowly, with control, and then push yourself back up against gravity, you are asking your legs to produce real force, the kind of force that walking never requests, the kind of force that keeps those fast twitch fibers alive. Every controlled squat fires the same muscles, in the same order, through the same pattern, that you use when you stand from the toilet, rise from the sofa, climb a step, or catch yourself before a fall. You're not doing an abstract exercise. You're rehearsing real life, again and again, in the safest place on earth, your own living room. Let me show you what this looks like in a real person. Think of someone like Bill, 71 years old, walked 2 miles every morning, rain or shine, for 15 years. And still, he found himself pushing off the arms of chairs, still sleeping on the ground floor of his house because the stairs felt like a negotiation. His doctor used one word at his last checkup: deconditioning. But nobody told him what to do about it. Bill didn't need more walking. He had walking mastered. What Bill needed was to load his legs, a little, every single day. He started doing chair squats every morning, just 8 of them, slowly, in the kitchen, holding the counter for balance at first. 6 weeks later, he stood up from his recliner, without touching the armrests, by accident. He didn't even notice he'd done it. His body had simply started working again. I need to tell you something important, because this is where most people misunderstand strength after 60. The strongest seniors aren't the ones who walk the most. They're the ones who can lower themselves under control and rise again. Slowly, steadily, on demand. That's not gym strength. That's freedom strength. And here's what makes me smile every time. You already own the equipment. It's in your living room. It's the chair you're sitting in right now. Let's make this practical, because knowing why is powerful, but doing it is where the change happens. Here's exactly how to do a chair squat, safely, starting today. First, the setup. Choose a sturdy, stable chair, one that doesn't slide, doesn't wobble, and won't move underneath you. Place it against a wall if you can, or in front of a counter you can reach. Put your feet about shoulder width apart, planted firmly, toes pointing slightly outward. Now the movement. Sit on the front edge of the chair. Before you stand, lean forward just slightly. Press through your feet and stand up. No hands, if you can manage it. Pause at the top, standing tall. Then comes the part that matters most. Sit back down slowly, under control. Don't drop, don't collapse. Lower yourself over about 3 seconds, until you're back in the chair. That's 1 rep. That slow, controlled lowering is where the magic happens. You're teaching your muscles to break your body, And that breaking is exactly what saves you when you trip. How much should you do? Start smaller than you think you need. 5 to 8 repetitions, once a day. That's it. That's less than 2 minutes. Do that for the first week or two, and let your legs adapt. If you feel sore, that's normal, but take a rest day. Muscle grows while you recover, not while you work. If you feel sharp pain in a joint, a stabbing sensation, anything that feels wrong, stop. That's not weakness. That's your body giving you a warning, and you should listen. And if you have any medical conditions, a recent surgery, joint replacements, or balance problems, this is a conversation to have with your doctor first. One quick check, and then you're cleared to build. Once 5 to 8 feels easy, grow it slowly. Add 1 or 2 reps a week. 10, 12, 15. Then start making the descent slower. 4 seconds. Then 5. The slower you go, the stronger the signal you're sending your fast twitch fibers, and the better your balance becomes. Because balance is not about standing still. Balance is about controlling your body while it's moving. Every slow squat is a balance lesson your body never forgets. Here's what you can expect, and I want you to hold on to this, because it's the reason you'll keep going. Within 2 weeks, most people notice the small things. Standing from a chair, without using your hands, feels less like a test. Within 4 to 6 weeks, stairs feel steadier. That hesitation at the bottom step starts to fade. Within 3 months, the difference shows up in how you live. Groceries in one trip, playing with grandchildren without planning the nearest chair, walking into a room and not scanning for something to hold on to. This is not about bulging muscles. It's about getting your daily life back, 1 rep at a time. A few small rules to protect you along the way. Breathe. Exhale as you stand. Inhale on the way down. Never hold your breath. Keep your knees tracking the direction your toes point. Don't let them cave inward. And if you need something to hold at first, use a countertop or a sturdy table. There is no shame in the starting point. You're not competing with anyone. You're competing with the person you would become if you did nothing. And let me be clear about one thing, because I don't want you to mishear this. I am not asking you to stop walking. Walking is wonderful, and you should keep it. Walking keeps your heart strong and your circulation young. But walking is only half of the story. Walk for your heart, squat for your legs, and you cover both sides of the equation. It's like having 2 tools instead of 1. The hammer doesn't replace the screwdriver, and it never made sense to try. Each one does its own job. Your body needs both. Here's the bigger truth I want you to carry out of this video. Sarcopenia is not a verdict. It's a warning, an early warning. And you just became one of the few people who understands what it's telling you. Your body is not broken. It's not betraying you. It's a use it or lose it system. The oldest rule in nature. And today, you're switching it back on. Every time you lower yourself into that chair with control and push yourself back up, you're telling your body something it hasn't heard in years. I still need you. I still use you. Don't go anywhere. Strength after 60 has never been about gyms, or vanity, or keeping up with anyone else. It's about freedom. It's about the day you stand up from a chair without using your hands and realize, in that moment, that your world just got a little bigger again. You don't need to be an athlete. You don't need hours a day. You need a chair, 5 quiet minutes, and the decision that your independence is worth protecting. That decision starts tonight. It starts with 1 squat. If this video explains something you've been feeling, if you felt that quiet weakening, and now you finally understand why, I want to hear from you. Comment the word stronger below. Tell me what you're going to do tomorrow morning, and if there's someone in your life who's been leaning on armrests lately, send this video to them. They might need to hear it more than you know. Now stand up, slowly, with control, and start.